Ashen Prime has a question for Ian and or Johnny. What would it take to get a gaming wheel working to control the bus?
Well, this is something I asked before the run and never got an answer on. So
The tone shift at the end of that.
no, they're very busy people, and
Yes.
quite frankly, as we get closer and closer to Desert Bus, things get moved faster and faster. And if I remember my lurking in channels that I'm maybe not supposed to be in too much, the Mister didn't arrive until much closer to the start date than I personally would have liked to be able to do all the shenanigans I would. It's a device that has multiple methods of input, and right now it's currently set up such that, or at least it looks like it was partially set up, that it could take a direct serial input from the Genesis controller, and that's what we've been focused on, is making sure that it plays exactly the same as the Sega Genesis version. But, like I said, it does take USB, and by God, when you can take USB, you can do anything you want.
When you can take USB, you can take anything.
Yeah, you just need time to set it up and test it and make sure it's working. And I think, if I had that time, if I had the time, I would have brought in a wheel. But c'est la vie for this year.
It does seem like it would be a lot of fun to just be like, yeah, and then pedal to gas and brake pedal to feather to brake, and then like the shifter to open the door.
Mm-hmm. You make a good you make a good joke there about going but the way that the game is set up, it's set to take simple taps to the left and right.
Right.
With a wheel, you're moving left. You need to move left again, because if you move left, right, you're pushing the wheel back to the other side. Unless you're setting it up so that it's based off of a single section in the middle.
Well, that was sort of what I was thinking, is you have your dead zone in the middle, and then turning left just gives a left impulse, and turning right gives a right impulse.
Yeah.
So that you turn left, and then when you let go of, or like when you release the turn, it just recenters, and that just negates the input.
The problem there is you need to engage the force feedback, which most of these sorts of systems don't do natively. So then you got to introduce a third device in the middle to actually add that back. Lots of interesting ideas, but for the moment, no, we're focused on making sure it's Genesis.
We gotta make sure Genesis does.
Mm-hmm. What Nintendo is incapable of doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just not on the platform.
Yeah. Which is why we're using an emulation device to run this. Heyo!
It's not emulation.
No, it's not. It's not emulation. It's chip reproduction.
That's what they were told. That's what they told me earlier.
We had a very interesting discussion about this off camera about it's not emulation, but it spiritually is an emulation or not.
Yes, that's true.